Hello and welcome to Sew with Christine. Here is a detailed tutorial on how to draft and cut this dress. If this tutorial is what you're interested in watching, then stick with me to the end. First of all, we are going to draft the upper part of the front. Starting from the top part of this paper, I'm going to go downward by 9 inches for the bust point, 13.5 inches for the under bust, and the waistline 16.5 inches. I'll come to this side and mark the same measurements, after which I'm going to connect using straight lines. Next, I'll label each of these lines so that you know which is which. The first one is bust point, followed by under bust, then waistline. At the top part here, I'll go ahead now and mark the half shoulder width measurement, which is 7 inches. Then I will come downward by 1 inch for the shoulder drop. After that, I will come downward and mark the armhole depth line. Next, I will transfer my mark to this part. Then I will use my straight ruler now to connect this. This new line is the chest line. On this chest line, I will mark the half shoulder width measurement, which is 7 inches. Then I will connect downward to get the armhole depth line. Then from the center front here, I will mark 3 inches for the neck width. Then I will connect this way to get my shoulder slope. On the chest line here, I will mark the quarter bust measurement. Then I will divide the armhole depth line by 2 and I will go inward by ½ inch. Afterwards, I will use my curve to connect this way so that we can get our armhole curve. Next, I'm going to mark half of the nipple to nipple measurement, which is 3.5 inches. After marking, I'm going to connect using a straight line. Then coming to the shoulder here, I will divide this by 2 and mark the midpoint. After that, I will connect this midpoint to the chest line here. Then at the under bust, I'm going to come out by 1 inch and go in by 1 inch. Afterwards, I will use my curve to connect upward. Then I will extend these lines down to the waistline. On the under bust line, I will mark the quarter under bust measurement. Then the 2 inches we used up for the under bust contouring, I'm going to replace that. I'll come to the waistline and I'll mark the quarter waist measurement and replace the 2 inches we have used up there. After marking, I'll bring in my curve now and connect the sides like so. Next is the bust dart. From the bust point line, I'll come downward by 1.5 inches and connect to the bust point line. Then at the waistline here, for us to get the plunging neckline, I will come inward by 0.75 inch. Then I will connect this to the neck width. That 0.75 inch will serve as the separation between the necklines. So because this is very long, it's going to gape. It will definitely gape. So we are going to prevent the gaping by making a dart here. So I'm going to mark 0.5 inch up and down on the bust point line at the center front, and I will connect this way. So after connecting this, I measured my dart here on my neckline, that's this plunging neckline, and I have that at 0.5 inch. Right now I want to increase my dart legs so that in the end I'm going to have that at 0.75. So I've increased my dart legs to 1.5 inches here instead of 1 inch, and I'll come to the neckline here and measure. I have this at 0.75. So if your dart is 1 inch here, you will get ½ inch for your gaping on the neckline. If your dart is 1.5 inches at the center front, you are going to get 0.75 inch on the neckline. Next, I'll go ahead now and shade out the parts that will cut off. After that, I'm going to mark ½ inch at the base of the waistline for the seam allowance. Then I'll go ahead and cut this so that we can close the bust dart. After closing the bust dart this way, I'm going to use my pin to hold this in place. Then I will reconnect this side. Now after reconnecting, I'm going to mark 1.5 inches for the side seam allowance. Next, I'm going to add ½ inch here, that's to the front neckline. This ½ inch will serve as the seam allowance. After that, I will go ahead now and close my darts. I'll close this up and pin this down. Then I'm just going to blend this out using a slight curve because we don't want that sharp corner there. After blending, I'm going to add ½ inch to the armhole for the seam allowance. Then I will go ahead now and cut out my pattern. After cutting, I'm going to use my scissors now to reduce the sharp edge on this part. Next, I'll proceed to marking seam allowance on the areas that I will need to add seam allowances to. So I'm just going to add ½ inch seam allowances to all these areas. Next, I'm going to label this using arrows to show the direction. Then I'll write CF, which is for center front, and SF, meaning side front. Now for the back parts, I will start by marking the chest line and the waistline. For the waistline, I'm going to minus 1.5 inches. For the front waistline, we use 16.5 inches. For the back waistline, I'm going to mark down 15 inches. So whatever measurement you use for your bust dart, minus that value from the back waistline. Now I will come to this side of the paper and mark the same measurements. Then I'll go ahead now and connect the lines. After connecting, I'm going to mark the half shoulder width measurement at the top part of this paper. Then I'll come downward by 1 inch. So I'll just label this CL for chest line and WL for waistline. On the chest line, I'll also mark 7 inches for the half shoulder width. Then I will connect downward this way for the armhole depth line. From the center back, I will mark 3 inches for the neck width and 1.5 inches for the neck depth. Then I'll use my ruler now to connect like so. Afterwards, I'll bring in the straight ruler and connect the shoulder slope. Next, I'll divide the armhole depth line by 2. I'll mark the midpoints and go inward by 0.5 inch. I'll go to the chest line now and mark the quarter bust measurements. Then I'll bring in my curve and connect this way. On the waistline, I'm going to mark 1 inch to contour the center back. This is to prevent zipper bulge. Then from that marked point, I'm going to mark the quarter waist measurements. Then I will connect this way to meet the armhole, and I will also connect the contour at the back upward. After connecting the contour at the center back, I would measure what I have here, that is this dart that I used up here, and I will replace that to the side. After replacing, I will go ahead now and connect. Next, I'm going to mark ½ inch for the seam allowance at the base. Then I'll mark 1.5 inches for the side seam. I'll use my ruler now to connect this downward. I'll also add ½ inch seam to the armhole this way. Now I will go ahead and draw my arrow to show where is the top part and I'll also label this pattern. I'll write CB for center back here and SB for side back. Now we are done with the drafting of the upper part of the back. I'll go ahead and cut this out. The next that we'll be working on are the lower parts for the front and the back. I'll also write my zipper allowance here and SA, which is seam allowance, so that I will be adding my seam allowances to those areas. For the zipper allowance, I'm going to use 1 inch. Then for the shoulder there, I'm going to use ½ inch. Also, to help us reduce more zipper bulge, I'm going to come up here by ½ inch. I will connect this way and cut that out. After cutting, I would go ahead now and redraw my seam allowance. So we are all set with the upper piece. Now let's move to the lower pattern. So here's the fabric I'll be using to make this dress, and this is 2 yards and ¼ inch. I folded this fabric into 2, and the width of the fold is your quarter hip measurement plus your seam allowance. First, we are going to draft and cut the front part, that is the lower part of the front. I'll go ahead now and mark the length from the waist to where you want the dress to stop. Also, you're going to add your hem allowance. I'm making use of 1.5 inches for the hem allowance. Once you're done marking that, you're going to add ½ inch at the top part. This ½ inch will serve as the seam. Next, from the waistline, I'm going to come downward by 9 inches for the hip line. Then coming to the hem, I'll go ahead now and separate the hem allowance from the main bodice, that is 1.5 inches, and I will rule a straight line over the marked points. From the center front here on the waistline, I'm going to mark the quarter waist measurement, and I'll add 1.5 inches for the seam allowance. I'll come to the hip line and I'll also mark the quarter hip measurement and add 1.5 inches as the side seam. Now to the hemline. Because of the length of this dress, I'm going to minus 1.25 from my quarter hip measurement and mark that. If your length is to your knee, then minus 1.5 inches. Afterwards, I'll go ahead now and connect this down to the hem. I'm trying to use different colored chalk to see if this would be clearer. Next, I'll go ahead now and cut out this front piece. And I'll also notch the center front. For the back piece, I've folded the fabric into 2 and I have ruled the length. It's the same length as the one you use for the front. And I also added ½ inch at the top. From the waistline, I'm going to come downward by 9 inches for the hip line, and I will rule this line. Next, I'm going to mark the under boot line, that is from your waist to your under boot. If you don't have that measurement, you can come downward by 5 to 6 inches from your hip line. From the center back here, I'm going to mark 1 inch. This inch will be for the zipper allowance. So we now have our zipper allowance line. We have the waistline, the hip line, and the under boots line. For the waist contouring, you're going to go inward by 1 inch from the zipper line. Then you come to the under boots and you go inward by 1 inch as well. After that, connect from the waist to the hip, then from the hip to the under boots. Next, we'll go to the hem and also mark 1 inch inward. Then connect from that under boot line to the hem. Now look at the curve we have here. We are going to redraw our zipper line to follow this same curve. Now our zipper line is no longer straight but curved. Next, we are going to mark the quarter waist measurement. Starting from the contoured mark, take your quarter waist measurement there. Next, you come to the hip and you're going to mark the quarter hip measurement. Afterward, you're going to add your seam allowance to the hip, then add to the waist as well. At the hemline, I'm going to mark 8.5 inches since the hip is 9.75 inches. Remember, I said I only minus 1.25 inches from my quarter hip measurement. Once that is done, go ahead and connect all the marks points. After connecting, I will cut this out. We are done with the back. Let's move to the sleeve now. For the sleeve, I've folded this fabric into 4 and I will go ahead now and roll the starting line. From the starting line, I'm going to measure 16 inches. This 16 inches is the measurement below the elbow line, and the remaining ½ inch at the base is for the seam allowance. Then from the starting line, I'll come downward by 4 inches for the sleeve cap height. On this sleeve cap height, you're going to mark your armhole depth line. Next, you're going to draw a diagonal line this way to the center sleeve. Afterwards, you're going to draw a curve upward and downward. Now coming to the base, I'm going to take the measurements there and add the seam allowance. I will add my seam allowance to the arm area as well, and also the top part of the curve. After which, I'm going to cut this out and notch the center sleeve. We are done with the first part of the sleeve. Let's proceed to the second part, where we have the part that has the elastic. So here I have the length at 15 inches and the width at 31 inches. How I got this length at 15 inches is this. The original length is 7 inches. That's what completes the full length of the sleeve. Initially, I used 16 inches for the first part of the sleeve, and to the wrist is 23 inches. So that is 7 inches remaining. So for us to get the volume that we want for that sleeve, you're going to add 6 inches to that measurement. That is 13 inches. That's 6 plus 7 is 13. Then I added 2 extra inches for seam allowance. ½ inch will be for the top part, 1.5 inch will be for the base. I have 2 of these here for both sleeves.